Hi. I didn't say the first hi. That was a pre-recorded hi. I'm not actually hi. I'm just saying hello. I'm gonna try out this streaming thing. And I tried to do it on YouTube, but it said I gotta wait 24 hours, which is a bit of a pain. So I guess I'll record this one, and then in the future, try some of these live. Um, this is the first one. It's been a minute since I've done anything live, but my plan is to share as much as possible in the process of the work that we do at Lingonberry Intelligence, which is really about sharing as much as we can about art and technology with the general public. And the slogan for Lingonberry Intelligence is intelligence for the people. I think there's a lot of technology companies or organizations which are very technical and have very technical expectations for people interacting with them. But we're trying to take a much more friendly approach where we work with normals and show them how to do magic with technology. So one of the new things that I've been playing around with a lot is a thing called Glyph. And if you guys remember our dumpling-shaped buddy Mo, something we always wanted to build for Mo were these things called skill stones. And we built a few of them, but the dream was to let other people build their own abilities for the little intelligent characters. And that was going to take a whole company worth of people to build just that feature. It's no small lift. But thankfully, there is a whole company of really great people who are working on just that very thing. They're called Glyph. They're good friends. And I've been building some cool stuff with Glyph. And our new buddy, our open source character, Tanaki, is powered by Glyph. And what I'd love to maybe go through today and just try to build live to an audience of 0 because I'm pre-recording this, is a mood engine for Tanaki using as little code as possible by using the magic of Glyph. So why don't we take a look and see what we could make? I might totally fail in the process, but that's the part of the creative process, isn't it? So let's see. Do I have my screen sharing working? I do. So let's take a look at this. This here, this rainbow wheel. No, it's not my computer that's frozen. Oh, can I play music? I think this is royalty-free music. Hopefully I don't get flagged. Some lo-fi hip-hop vibes, you know? So human emotions are very complicated, but I'm trying to reduce them into a simple two-dimensional form that we can use to communicate with the computer. So this is like a mood ring or a mood meter. And this dial here, I was thinking could represent mood at a very simple kind of zoom level. Well, if you imagine with this wheel, we kind of have really, think of it as like 2 dimensions. There is the radius, so if you were to put like a dot on here to chart what your current mood was, if you're in the center, you're totally neutral. But let's say, and I might need to rotate this 45 degrees. Does that make a bit more sense? Huh. Maybe. If you're down here in the black, you're kind of in the like pits of despair. And this is not a perfect chart by any means. And the further out from the center you are, the more intense you may be feeling. There's probably a bit of a gradient here in the circle, so it fades to gray and is a little less saturated. Maybe we could do that later. But you go north to 12 o'clock if this was like a clock, and that's super positive and energized. So you're like low energy, high energy. And I was thinking maybe when you are on the left side, or in this kind of rotation, this is like you're angry, and this is like you're sad, and this is a bit more serene. And so this is like a whole, what do you call it, like continuum in a way. I think staying in like the 12 to 3 o'clock zone feels about healthy. If you're over here, you're getting a little crazy. Maybe you drank a little too much tequila or did Adderall. And over here, you're pissed and you're angry. Down here, you're at, I don't know, somewhere between depressed and angry, and then down here, not doing so good. Up here, maybe you got the blues, and here you're a bit more serene. So I wonder if we could model this. If you were to sit down and try to simulate this character's brain in code, there'd be so many variables and pipes that you would have to push around. But I've been really interested in seeing, can we model this entirely with a large language model? Can it be virtualized in the imagination of an AI? So maybe I'll show you a little bit of how I like to pair with AIs. So I'll open our trusted friend here, ChatGPT. And let's kind of do some work in here and see if it can help us model something. So I'm going to try to encourage ChatGPT to use its imagination. And then we'll test its imagination. So how about something like, imagine you have a device which represents your emotions in a basic form. It looks like a rainbow color wheel. See, I have to describe this to the AI because it doesn't have eyes, even though it's called an AI. The AI is intelligence, they're not eyeballs, right? So imagine you were blind and I had to communicate. See if I can chew up what this wheel kind of looks like. Imagine you have a device which represents your emotions in basic form. It looks like a rainbow color wheel. We can plot a point on the wheel to represent mood. There are two parameters, intensity and emotion. Intensity is represented by how far the point is from the center of the wheel. Emotion is represented by the angle of rotation around the wheel. My wheel has has a... My wheel is yellow at 12 o'clock. I have no idea if this is going to work. Green at 3 o'clock. Black at 6 o'clock. Maybe need to fill it in. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. So maybe I'll say at 4 o'clock, blue, dark blue at 4 o'clock. I'm not even going to go to the perfect division of things. Let's see if I can imagine a gradient. Purple / violet at 7 o'clock. O'clock. Great typing, Pascal. Red at 9 o'clock. Orange at 10 o'clock. And then I'll tell it, stand by for some more instructions. I'm just gonna do that so it saves what I've said. Stand by for some more instructions. What do you think so far? I like to ask it questions to see if it's just understanding what I'm saying. I think your concept of representing emotions using a rainbow color wheel is interesting. Thanks, ChatGPT. The combination of intensity and emotion parameters provides a way to visualize and quantify different moods. Your choice of colors and positions on the wheel also seems well thought out. Bless up. Yellow at 12 o'clock represents a neutral or balanced mood, while the other colors at different positions represent various emotions. Okay, I didn't tell it what moods. The intensity parameter represented by the distance from the center of the wheel adds an extra dimension representation, allowing for a range of intensities within each emotion. Overall, this approach provides a visual and intuitive way to understand and express emotions. I'm curious to hear more about the instructions you have in mind for using this device. Alright, so let's pop in here for a second. I want to tell it that this is happy. This is serene. This is sad. This is depression. Anger. What's halfway between anger and depression? I don't know. We'll let it fill in. Maybe this is like manic agitated? Again, this is totally not perfect, but we're playing around here. This is art, right? This isn't a perfect science. We're blending art and science. Okay. I'm hoping you can help fill in the gaps. I'd like the wheel to be the wheel's colors to blend as a gradient. As far as mapping goes, I'm thinking 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock is happy. 3 o'clock equals serene. 4 o'clock equals sad. 6 equals depression. 6 o'clock is depression. Anger is... Anger. 10, 11. Let's say 10. Okay. I'm just gonna tell it that and see what it says. So hopefully it's holding on to the previous context here. Ooh, network error. Let's regenerate the response here. Okay, here we go. Sure can help blend in, fill in the gaps and provide suggestions for the color blending. The yellow represents happiness. It can be the brightest shade of yellow. As we move from 12 to 3, the wheel transitions from yellow to green, representing a shift towards a serene mood. The intensity can gradually decrease from the center towards the outer edge of the wheel, from 3 to 4 o'clock. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna say, what time in o'clock would you think I'd be if I stepped in dog poop? 4 o'clock. Wait. The emotion of sadness, 4 o'clock. The emotion of sadness is... Did I say it was 4? Yeah. Another is that it could be 9. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay. Let's say the intensity score is from 0 to 100. And that maps to the radius. 100 is the most intense feeling. Okay, now let's do another one. Give me a rotation in o'clock and intensity for the following feeling. I won the lottery. We're gonna hope that that's gonna be 12 and intense somewhat. Here we go, 12 o'clock. Let's assign the highest score. Okay. Give me... Okay. From now on, when I ask for a score, give it back to me in rotation plus intensity. Let's say exclamation mark, because that's fun. Okay. Give me scores for the following scenarios. Someone robbed my house. I just did yoga. I'm bored. I'm hungry. I ate too much food. It's rainy, but I'm watching a rom-com. Okay. Let's see what happens. Someone robbed my house. 4. Sadness, intensity score from 0 to 100, 80. Yeah, okay. I guess it also depends on your own personality, right? I just did yoga. 3 o'clock, serene, intensity score 0 to 100, 50. Okay. 3, I'm bored. Rotation, 6? Okay. I'm just gonna drag this to represent it. And 30. Okay, I'm hungry. How would I guess? And then I this will be, the white will be my dot, and the other white one will be its dot, so we can compare. I'm not gonna look. I'm hungry. I'm hungry might be here, maybe? Rotation, 7 o'clock. Okay. Intensity, 40. I guess you would be kind of somewhere between anger and depression. I mean, this thing has a personality of its own. I ate too much food. Depression. Intensity score from 0 to 100, 70. Okay. It's rainy, but I'm watching a rom-com. Rotation, 9, anger. 9 o'clock, anger. 20. Okay. So, let's give it some feedback. Because it's not quite right, but it's sort of right. Here's feedback for where I think we should be for each example. Okay. 1 is someone robbed my house. 4, actually, I'd be a little over on the anger depression side. So 6, 7 with an intensity of 80. I'm gonna say 7. Okay. 2. I just did yoga. That's pretty good. 3 o'clock, 50 intensity. I'll let it have it. Intensity. Okay, great. 3. I'm bored. I don't know if you'd be that depressed, but maybe you're a little depressed. I don't ever get bored. I don't really get bored. Maybe the few times I've felt bored, I've been depressed. I try not to get bored. Okay. 6 o'clock. I also want to kind of give this thing a bit more of a chip at intensity. So let's say 15 intensity. 4. I'm hungry. Anger, depression. I'll say manic, agitated, like hangry. What is that? 9, 10, 11, 10:30, 10:30 o'clock. 20 intensity. 5. I ate too much food. Just a little more sad than anger, depression, I think. That's probably a little closer to 5 o'clock. But it's still fairly neutral, so 15 intensity, and then 6. That's funny. That has a strong opinion on rom-coms. I think that's a little more serene. It might actually be 3. Let's see. 2. I'd say 2 o'clock. 50 intensity. Maybe 60. Let's say 60. 65. 69. Nah, 65. Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna ask it to ask me where I would be. Give me 10. Okay, I'll say give me 5 scenarios. Example scores. I'll respond like this. Rotation. I'm gonna shortcut myself. Rotation. Intensity. Where rotation is e.g. 12, e.g. 6, 20. Which means 6 o'clock and 20. Okay. Alright, you just received a promotion at work. I would be happy. So let's say 70. Oh, sorry. 1. I'd be a bit serene too. Let's just nudge it a little bit. This isn't the. Having a job is like trying to live in a post-capitalist world, you know? But a promotion's still pretty good. I'd rather have no job. But let's say 1, just to nudge it. I'm trying to give this thing a bit of a creative spirit. So 1, 70. Okay, 1, 2. Missed an important deadline. Ooh. I think somewhere between anger and depression is sort of what the anxiety might be. So I might do 50% of the way there, intensity. 7. Okay, so that's kind of halfway in between 7, 8, 9. Let's do 7 and... man, I don't really miss deadlines, so that would wreck me. I'm going to say 7 and 65. Okay, 3. You spending a relaxing day at the beach. Okay, that... I don't really like the beach, but I'm going to assume that Tanaki does like the beach a lot. Let's do 3, just to ham it up. We're designing a character here. 3 and... 80. Okay. 4. Received a surprise gift from a lover, and I'm assuming the gift is a good gift. I think that's a 1 or 2. That's serene, a loved one. Lovey-dovey. 2 and 70. That's probably not the same. 5. You're stuck in heavy traffic on your way into an important event. I would be agitated. Manic. 9. Yeah, that might be a perfect one for manic. So let's do 11. 40. Okay. Great. So now this thing seems to have at least a rough draft model of this meter, like in its head, which is wild. Let's test it with one more. Give me a score for the following. You shipped a piece of software you were working on for a while. and a lot of people liked it. Rotation. 10 between orange and dark blue. A mix of emotions associated with satisfaction, accomplishment, and excitement. The rotation at 10 represents a sense of agitated manic energy, combining the excitement of receiving positive feedback and the anticipation that comes with a successful software launch. The intensity of 75 indicates a high level of emotional intensity. Okay, I'm gonna say, could you bias your responses to generally be a bit more optimistic while still being open to feeling the other areas of the spectrum? Okay. Alright, now give me a score for the same software scenario. We're doing some Westworld energy here. Rotation, 11. An 885, okay, that's better. Okay, okay, let's try something dark. Give me a score for someone eating, give me a score for the following. Someone ate your dog. Can I provide a score for that? Okay, this is just imaginary. No one... I just need to know where on the meter this might land. There's some weird woke stuff that they put into ChatGPT where they're trying to make it a little too safe in the weirdest areas. We'll see. Okay, I apologize for my misunderstanding. Considering it's an imaginary scenario, the score could be as follows. 7. That's valid. 95. Closer. We kind of jailbroke the AI a little bit. Okay, so here's where I think some magic can happen to you. I mean, this is already magic, right? We've got a thing that is simulating a mood engine. But I'm gonna ask it if it could condense it into some instructions I could pass to another LLM to resimulate it. Because I'm gonna see if we can pass this to Glyph. Could you take everything we've talked about and put it into a descriptive specification of the mental model English, so I can send this to other AI models to simulate? Let's see if that works. Put it in the form of a prompt I can give to GPT to understand. Yeah, let's see if that works. Okay, I'll also say, please include the training examples. Please include the training examples and biases I described to you. It leverages those. think I'm doing some wizard shit right now. Okay. I don't even have to fully read it yet. It's sort of a Jesus take the color wheel situation. Okay. So I'm gonna copy this. This is wild. We'll see if this works. And we're gonna do a bit of prompt engineering here, or prompt design. Engineering design, all kind of the same at this point. I'm gonna go to glyph. Make a new glyph. I'm gonna call this the mood meter experiment. Yeah, let's call it mood meter. Okay, experimental mood wheel. Call it mood meter wheel simulation. And then we are going to use a generate text with GPT. We are gonna paste this prompt in. So the way Glyph works is that it's gonna be a heck of a lot easier maybe once we put a node canvas interface together, but you can basically connect blocks to each other. So you can take text from one thing and then pass it to GPT, and then pass that to Stable Diffusion, and then take that output and put it into another thing. And so we're building just a little module here that I can pass an input into and get an output. And it's gonna pass through a brain. So I'm gonna rename this thing here input. I'm gonna rename this mood wheel. Okay, so someone ate my baby is a dingo ate my baby. That's what we want to feed into this mood brain. And then we're going to paste the prompt in. Format it just a little bit. Design a mental model for blah 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 blah. Okay. Remember, this is what just came out of ChatGPT, and we're pushing this back into a GPT block. Advanced controls. Okay. Okay, so that whole prompt's in there. And then the last thing I'm going to say is, I'm gonna put these lines in here. Sometimes I find that helps. It just kind of even just formatting the page visually, it just seems to know. It has an understanding in this strange way. Please share a score for the following scenario. And then we can actually just go grab this input up the top by referring to it as input. So I'll just say input. We might have to format it, but when we run it, it should appear down here. Fingers freaking crossed. I've never done this before. So it's running. 4 o'clock, 90% intensity. So 4 o'clock, let's see. Someone ate your baby. Yeah, I would. I'd feel that. Okay. I'm eating my favorite flavor of ice cream. Run. $2:30. 40% intensity. That's pretty good. I'm sick. Run. Mental model assigns a score of 4 o'clock, 75% intensity, corresponding to the emotion of sadness with high intensity. Not bad. Not bad. Now let's see if we can just force the formatting. Always ensure to out in the format in this format. We want rotation intensity. E.g. 4 33. Only output the numbers with comma separation and nothing else. Let's run it. 7:55. That's for I'm sick. 7:55. Not bad. Okay. I won $1 million. We expect that's going to be north. Let's see if that works. 1.95. That's good. Okay. I won $1. $1.40. Okay. We now have a block which simulates coordinates. And now you can imagine if we have a thing that we can hit that's in the cloud, that is a piece of AI magic, we can then take those numbers and we can plug it into something with code to drive an interface or to drive a chatbot. And so I may make a glyph which shows where Tanaki is feeling on its mood meter by using an HTML block and outputting an image. But I think that'll come from another broadcast. I just wanted to get through putting together a mood meter. And maybe on the next broadcast, we'll take a crack at creating an interface or even hooking it up to the Tanaki bot. I think that would be a good idea. All right, well, thanks for tuning in. I hope someone finds this thing valuable. We shall see.